everybody, welcome back to the Podcast of Death. Today I have a returning guest for Season 2, Jacob Licklider.
Isn't this like my third time on the show?
No. The William Hartnell panel discussion doesn't count. That's not a podcast.
Yeah, but the other thing, doesn't that count? The thing that we haven't recorded yet that we are going to probably release first?
Oh. I guess,
I don't even know if it's going to be recorded.
I guess
we don't know.
I guess you can say it, because theoretically this would be out after that, so...
Yeah.
If the Red Dwarf thing is out, this is technically his third time.
If it's not out, then it's technically my second.
It's not canon yet.
Or it won't be canon. It's like how Pyramids of Mars was produced before Planet of Evil, but shown after, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we also have another returning guest. It's JMG. The ultimate gay.
Yes. I'm
Is that how we're
here
referring
to make
to
things fabulous.
That's how we're referring to him, because...
Is he just your token gay guy, Brian?
How I referred to him last time, I'm pretty sure.
That's it? The last time was ages ago, so...
Yeah, I think it was you and I who... We were the ones that did the TV movie discussion.
Yeah, because no one else wanted to join.
Anyway, so we're doing Happiness Patrol today. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the characters. It's actually been a long time since I've seen this story, so this is another one where I had to look at the TARDIS wiki page to remember certain parts of it. And
well, hopefully it's better than your remembrance of the Mythmakers all 3 times that we recorded that podcast.
Shit. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Earl Sigma.
Yeah, I don't remember the names, I'm gonna be honest.
He's the black guy who plays the harmonica.
Ah. Well, he's black, so that's his personality.
No, I'm pretty sure he's got a personality.
I remember him being a pretty enjoyable character.
He was a funny guy. He had really good chemistry with...
He had really good chemistry with the Doctor.
Oh, right. Okay.
I remember wanting him to be a companion.
But you want everyone to be a companion.
Actually, that's not true.
That's not true. Don't be that harsh towards Brian. He only wants half of the people that he sees on the show to be companions.
Hey!
Everyone but who's actually a companion, he wants to be a companion.
Except Charlie, because he loves Charlie.
Charlie.
Okay,
hey, I like Evelyn.
I mean,
well,
sure.
Yeah, you're not known for being a 6th Doctor Weeb, Brian. You're known for being an 8th Doctor Weeb.
That is true.
Stick to your character.
Tamsin can kill herself, though. Actually, oh, wait a minute. Some people may not have heard Lucy Miller into the Death.
Just say it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
I have.
Let's not talk about that. Anyway, so Earl Sigma. What?
I think he's probably one of the most energetic characters on the show, in this episode. Like, I love just the little gags that they give him, like him playing... He's playing the harmonica, in air quotes, because he can't actually play the harmonica. Fun fact. And he's just like, I'm just going to go with it, and, I'm just going to try to be sad, even though I know being sad on this planet is illegal.
I mean, he was a pretty fun character. There wasn't really... I don't think there was much to him.
Other than he was just enjoyable?
Yeah. Like, he was fun to watch, but there's not much, character development there.
He's sort of there to bounce off the Doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
When Ace is off doing her own thing.
Acey things.
Alright, so I think that's Earl Sigma out of the way. Next up, we're gonna talk about the pipe people, which I can recall nothing about, so...
I watched this story last night. I don't remember the people. They're only there, really, to be the oppressed natives who are like, we want to rise up, yet we don't really do much. That's kind of what they are.
Well, that's what they must be, because I don't remember a fucking thing about them.
Well, they don't really play much of a role in the story. They're more like a plot device.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they... I think they wanted to try to go for like they're ugly on the outside, but on the inside they're actually good people who don't want to hurt anyone. They just want to go and save the day, I guess. It's a very, very, how do you say, confused role.
Well, obviously, because I don't remember a thing about them.
Yeah, you've mentioned that, Brian.
Like,
well,
5
obviously,
times.
because I have goldfish memory.
Yeah, we know. Which reminds me, are we recording? You should probably check.
We are recording. Fuck you, we are recording.
I'm never gonna let that down, Brian.
Hey, Dylan's shit has screwed up more times than I've screwed up, so...
Yeah, but
I was
Dylan
screwed up.
actually, like, is interesting.
Oh, you're just being really harsh to me today.
Yeah, class, you're being really harsh on him.
It's what
I'm
I'm
not
here
that.
for.
It's like
It's
you
what I'm
bent
here
me
for.
over and bum-fucked me twice already. Give it a rest, man.
Never.
Alright. So, pipe people. Stupid addition to the story. That's what I'm getting here.
I mean, they're not a stupid addition, but I mean, they could have been developed more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have been developed.
Yeah.
Alright, shall we move on to the next topic? Because I
Yeah,
think
next one is, actually... oh man, it makes me cry every time. Our next, character who dies tragically is Fifi.
Fifi?
Fifi.
Fifi. The dog thing.
Fifi.
We're counting the dog thing as a character.
Yes!
Brian, it's a puppet.
It's a dog thing.
It's a dog. It's sad.
That's like saying the Kandy Man isn't a character because he's made out of candy.
The Kandy Man is the best character in the entire episode.
The dog thing is a silent character.
But he's still a character.
Okay. He's still a character. So
It's
tell
a
us
silent character. It's in the name, Jacob.
In the name Fifi?
Anyway, what do you think of Fifi, Jacob?
She serves her purpose and then gets blown up by Ace. Because that's what Ace does best.
Wow, you heartless bastard. What do you think of Fifi, class?
I think that's the best character in the entire episode, bar the Kandy Man.
Oh, I think it's...
so much development.
I think it's the best character in all of Doctor Who's history. Fifi forever, man. Like,
I think Jodie Whittaker should regenerate
Charlie.
into Fifi.
Fifi. That.
You know, Fifi is like the central image on the novelization cover.
Yeah. I actually found if I'm being honest though, I actually found myself being annoyed by Fifi every time she appeared on screen.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just like, God, fuck off, rat dog thing.
And then by the time she dies, you're like, oh, okay, she's dead now. We're fine.
Yeah. You kind of feel sad.
That's all I needed from the story.
You kind of feel bad for Helena at the end, though. But speaking of her, She's our next character.
Oh, please. Helena is... I don't know how accurate she is to Margaret Thatcher, outside of, like, the obvious personality. But that's more... I don't know as much about Margaret Thatcher.
Class, you're the European.
Why should I know about Margaret Thatcher?
Because you're the European in this chat.
We probably should have gotten an actual British
we're
person.
stupid ass Americans. You're a European.
That is a fair point. But then again, you're used to having, like, stupid leaders.
So is Margaret Thatcher a stupid leader? I mean, she led for, like, what, 10 years? 15 years? I don't know.
I mean, let's not go there. Let's just talk about Helena and how I really enjoyed her.
Well, she's played by Sheila Hancock, who has an impressive resume. You've seen her in many, many things. I mean, I know her mainly as the original Sally Bowles from Cabaret, I think.
Helena's a total bitch. Like, seriously, this lady...
She was serving some looks.
This lady is so evil, and the actress who's playing her portrays that so well.
I mean, it helps that that Sheila Hancock just knows how to play complete evil characters.
It's like... she's charmingly evil. It's great. I love her.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I mean, I just really enjoyed seeing how she developed in the end. Like, the final confrontation with the Doctor was just really fun to watch.
Yeah,
But just be me.
But at the end, when she finds out Fifi's dead, I mean... It's enough to make a man cry.
Would Kieran cry over this?
Kieran would probably cry over anything.
That's true.
But we're not allowed to talk about that now because he probably stalks the videos. So I'm going to bleep out his name during post-production.
Well, I know he stalks my stuff. We should probably just start bleeping out like half of this conversation.
Why?
I don't know, for comedic effect.
Okay, sure.
Because I'd just rather not
just bleep out
stir
the
shit. Anyway. Next up is the Kandy Man.
Yes, best character, 10 out of 10. Amazing development, amazing performance. I hated how he got defeated in the end. He should have won.
Well, you know, he's coming back in Big Finish audios.
Wait, he is?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
He is. He's in the new 8th Doctor series. McGann and the Kandy Man.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, but he doesn't look like the Kandy Man. He looks like the Kandy Man of the book.
Well, I don't care what he looks like. I just want Big Kandy Man.
You know, this was my first DVD, all because I wanted to see what the whole Kandy Man thing was about. I like how just the Kandy Man is just...
Isn't the Kandy Man's crotch area made out of a jammy Dodger?
Yeah.
Thought so.
So what? Don't hate on the Kandy Man.
He's
just a cool dude. He just wants to cook. That's all he wants to do.
And get sexually aroused by cutting his fingers off.
And then reattaching.
Well, if that's what he's into, I mean, he's not hurting anyone else. I mean, he kind of is.
Not hurting anyone else.
He just wants to do his own thing.
I think he also tried to murder Gilbert M in the novel.
Yeah, but who cares? His name is Gilbert. I mean, he kind of deserves it.
Also, I think this is the first Doctor Who story to have an officially, like, explicit gay couple in it.
I mean, that's why I love it.
Well,
Wait, it's not Paradise Towers.
Paradise Towers is great.
Oh
wait,
my
Paradise
god.
Towers does have the lesbian cannibals.
Exactly.
Lesbian cannibals. Jesus Christ. Paradise Towers also has pecs.
We need a return from Pex. Also, the Candyman just... I feel bad for the actor who plays the Candyman. Because he has to do it in that, like, giant suit.
His mouth is kind of funny. It's like you can't tell from the images, but when you're watching the show, when he actually speaks, it looks hilarious.
But you know what I love about the Candyman? He's just fun to watch. Like, you sit down and watch Happiness Patrol, you're gonna have a good time, and that's what I like about this story. It's not necessarily the best, but it's just good fun.
Also, he only did 2 other things.
Which one?
He did something called The Knock, which I'm guessing it's a TV show. He did like an episode of a TV show in like the mid-90s, and he was in the 1998 TV miniseries called Ultraviolet.
Well, I mean, as much as we love the Candyman, to anybody outside the classic Who knowledge, I mean, the guy looks pretty ridiculous. And if the only thing on your resume is the Candyman from Doctor Who, I think you're pretty much screwed.
But it's just, that's the point of him. It's supposed to be in like this like very dark setting, and then there's this like happy bubbler villain that looks like a bunch of candy.
Yeah, I mean, shame they couldn't get rights to, the song "The Candyman" from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, because that would be hilarious.
That would be utterly hilarious.
Also, the amount of people that just... It's something to say that even a bad Doctor Who monster can be so memorable, because, I mean, a lot of people who probably haven't watched Doctor Who could possibly recognize the Candyman. Like, also there are apparently people who cosplay as the Candyman, and that is...
I've never seen that, ever. There are people who cosplay as the Candyman?
Yeah, I just Googled it, searched it, and yes.
That's so weird. How much must the suits cost?
I don't know. Also, fun fact, this story was originally meant to be in black and white, apparently.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Imagine like everything being black and white except
Candyman. Candyman. Yeah.
That would have been a really fun kind of way to contrast it.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
That
or if they did
sounds...
it like the film Goodnight Sweet Ladies, where all the sets were made made to be black and white, and just our characters were in color.
Okay, so, moving on now. We're going to talk about Susan Q, who is another character I remember absolutely nothing about, so go ahead.
I think is that a candy pun? Susie Q?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that's a...
Oh my god, I just looked up the Candyman cosplayers.
Yes. Oh yeah, Susie Q's are a cake. Type of cake. / donut thing made by Hostess, so they are gross because they're like Twinkies. Who was Susan Q?
Again, I have no idea. I think she was the one unhappy member of the Happiness Patrol that actually ends up on the Doctor's side.
Is she?
Yeah.
I hope so. Or is that Daisy K? This is the problem. When you...
I looked at TARDIS Wiki, she's the one, okay?
Okay, yeah, I see her. She's the one. Also, like, she doesn't really have a defined character. Like, because she's also the one who arrests Ace, but he's like, I'm gonna arrest you, but I'm actually secretly unhappy. Like, couldn't you just make her be an unhappy member of the Happiness Patrol? Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
That would have been interesting. I think the biggest problem with this episode, or with the story, is the fact that the characters are just not memorable. Except for, like, Kandy Man and Helen A. I don't remember any
Oh,
of them.
and Fifi. Can't forget.
Oh, and Fifi, of course.
I mean, I remember Joseph C., who's just sort of like, oh, I'm here too. It's like, oh yes, you're murdering everybody. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. It's okay.
So I guess that's the characters then.
Except I really, really like the Doctor in this one, and I like Ace in this one. I love the Doctor's speech to, like, that sniper who's like, it's like,
Okay, well, because I'm the biggest asshole. I'm a sleazeball. We're gonna read off the plot synopsis from TARDIS Wiki. So, the TARDIS arrives on the planet Terra Alpha, where the Seventh Doctor and Ace discover a society in which sadness is against the law. A law enforced zealously, I think that's how you say that, could be wrong, by the brightly uniformed...
zealously.
Shut up, Jacob.
No, it's zealously. I know these
Okay,
things. I speak
zealously. I'm a dumbass. By the brightly uniformed Happiness Patrol. The planet is ruled by Helen A. with the aid of her companion Joseph C. and her carnivorous pet Stigorax. Fifi. That's Fifi's race apparently. Stigorax.
Yeah, the Doctor mentions it in the story, I think.
A Stigorax! The penalty for those found guilty of unhappiness is death, in a steam of molten candy prepared by Helen A.'s executioners, the robotic Kandy Man, and his associate Gilbert M. The time travelers help foment rebellion. Oh, fuck's sake. Rebellion against. Fuck!
You have screwed this up horribly.
Rebellion amongst
the downtrodden population and the subterranean pipe people, the planet's original inhabitants, and Helen A. is overthrown. Joseph C. and Gilbert M. escape in a shuttle while the Candyman is destroyed and Fifi killed. Helen A. finally realizes the hard way that happiness is nothing without the contrast of sadness.
The hard way. Losing Fifi.
The only thing she ever loved.
Fifi had to die to save everyone else.
Okay.
What an icon.
So, what do we think of the story as a whole, and what are some scenes that you love from it?
I love when the TARDIS turns pink.
You know what? The pink TARDIS.
Jacob?
But why is that such a bad thing?
The pink TARDIS?
I
think it's hilarious.
It's just like a one-off joke. Like, why not just have fun with it? I don't understand the hate for that.
I think it's hilarious. But my favorite scene from this story is probably the scene where the Doctor's just laughing like a shit-stained dumbass. And mocking.
Yeah, and it's like, they can't kill me because I'm so obviously happy, which is kind of a cop-out, because there's this implication throughout the entire story that it doesn't matter if you're happy or not. If they want you dead, they will kill you. Like, that is what's going on. You have Silas P., the guy who was aiming for the top, but not quite the very top, right side of this P, getting killed for just sort of, I guess, sleeping on the job, because he doesn't look unhappy. He just looks like, I'm just sort of sleeping here. I've been punched in the face, and I'm just, like, dazed and confused.
Well, it may not make total sense, but it is a brilliant acting moment from Sylvester McCoy.
Oh, yeah, McCoy is great, don't get me wrong. He's great in almost every single story he's in, except Time on the Rock. Time in the Rock.
Except anything in season 24.
I like part of season 24.
If you say you like Delta and the Bannerman, I'm getting a ticket to the Netherlands and I'm going to punch you for it.
Okay, sure. No, I don't like Delta. But I don't hate it.
Good. You don't like Delta. Delta is from the pits of hell.
But I like Paradise Towers.
I like Paradise Towers.
Paradise Towers is...
Okay, I mean, it's definitely not a good story, but I like it.
I like it because it's so not like a conventional Doctor Who story that is hilarious.
I mean, Paradise Towers, it is very poorly written, but it does have a couple nice ideas. Whereas with Dragonfire, though, it's written better than Paradise Towers. Dragonfire's general concept just seems a bit boring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
We're going on a treasure hunt, and, well, there's this guy who has his face melt off for some reason.
You really sound more like John Pertwee than Sylvester McCoy.
You do.
Oh, well then. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, especially because we might need a John Pertwee in it.
Hey, Joey is forever the John Pertwee that I shall use.
Okay, then we'll just use Joey.
Yeah. Okay. So, we all generally agree that Happiness Patrol is a great story, right?
Great, no, but good, yes.
I think it's a great story.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Well, we know that you use, like, the Kandy Man as your avatar for almost everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
if you were to deny that, class, you would have to question your validity as a truthful human being, because that would be a blatant lie.
Like, why wouldn't you enjoy Happiness Patrol? It's just a fun, kind of over-the-top little story, and has Kandy Man in it. So it's instant, like, affection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Hey, okay.
anything else you guys want to add?
I think it's one of the last great political stories, because...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
At least of the classic series. Because it knows how to do the politics overtly, but also not make them feel as ham-fisted.
Well, it's also one of the last best political stories because it's in season 25.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best of political stories, like, overall. Like, of all of the stories. And it's definitely better than anything
I'd agree
was putting out.
I agree. Although Macro Terror is pretty good.
Oh, Macro Terror is great, but I would say there's a political message to that, but I also, again, it's nice because you could watch both this and the Macro Terror and not necessarily understand the political story, but still it stands on its own, as a story.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Brian, stop it with that dumb yes thing that you're doing.
Dylan and I both do it. I picked it up from Dylan, actually.
Yeah, just because Dylan
So you just do that everything Dylan does.
No.
If your friends would jump off a bridge, would you do it too?
I mean, if Lord Slar were to jump off a bridge, I don't think life would be worth living after that. So.
Okay.
Are we done with Happiness Patrol then?
I maybe. I don't.
Yeah,
That's your
I
decision.
don't know.
That is your call.
Well, if there's anything else you want to say, put it out now, because we're 30 minutes in, and I've expressed everything I can.
Yeah, no, I've expressed most of the things I wanted to express, I think.
Glass.
Yeah, I'm done. Like, I have nothing else to say.
Okay, then we're going to end this. Subscribe to Jacob, and I don't know if you've still got if you're still trying to do YouTube. So if you want me to,
I don't either. I don't know.
okay, well,
I'm just too lazy to do anything, really.
then subscribe to him as well. I'll put a link in the description. He doesn't have anything on his channel, but he might at some point.
He might decide that he's going to do something at some point.
I mean, Joey did. It took him like 2 years, but he decided he was going to do something, and he did it. So.
And Joey's channel's going pretty well.
It is, and everybody needs to subscribe to Joey's channel because Joey's content is actually really great.
Yeah.
It's like
he needs more subscribers. He needs at least half the amount of subscribers for that.
The first 100 is always really hard.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying for like 4 years now.
I was lucky to get there within a year and a half.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting there anytime soon.
Maybe you should, like, post better content that people will be interested in.
Okay, I'll
well, the only content that we're producing that people would be interested in on his channel is going up on my channel, so.
Yeah.
Or making more Doctor Who audios with sex scenes in it.
We're working on it, class. I can only adapt so quickly.
And
work harder.
There's other stuff to consider, like the actors, the players.
Yeah. Nah, that's not important.
That's very important. Without the actors, you can't have an adaptation.
Well, you can just, like, play everything yourself.
No, you can't.
I mean, I can do a lot of voices, but sometimes it's hard, class. Anyway, time to end. Goodbye, everyone.